Hello and welcome to In the Court of the Wenton Knave. Well, we've got to Project 3. Project 3 is Robert Fripp, Traygun, Pat Masque, Masque. I wonder if I say Masque or Masque. Fripp would say Masque because he's working class. He's got his Dorset accent, so Masque is correct. And of course, the other Americans in the band would say Masque, so that's correct. This is a studio album. It's a studio album project. There's two of those, or well, kind of three of those, if you count Scarcity, I suppose, but mostly from live stuff. The difference is it is much more heavy because of Pat Masque. And you know, you could argue that Project 2 laid the groundwork, and then they came in with this and were ready to go with something really special. T.S. Eliot has become a thing. You know, when they used to use Dylan Thomas and whatever they were using, now it's these recordings of T.S. Eliot which are triggered by the drums. Maybe actually by the wall guitar, I think. Traygun plays them. So when he plays a note, the bird of the dirt and all that. So that's a real stylistic thing that's in the project. And of course that's part of Deception of the Thrush, and this whole epoch, right from Vroom to Power to Believe or Electric, is, you know, the centre of that. The most important track is Deception of the Thrush. And the big thing about Deception of the Thrush is how whilst it didn't happen in the early shows, later in the shows they got to this thing where they just played nothing. They played silence, or just a sample fading away, and the audience are just drawn in with it, and you can hear it on these recordings. I was lucky enough to see one performance of Deception of the Thrush. Not the best situation, but London 2000, and that was the highlight of the show for me, even though Adrian Blue wasn't actually playing at the time. Things took a leap. They did take a leap. So although Project 2 laid the groundwork, this is where it starts. This is something else entirely. Forget the double trio and thrack and all that. The Spectre of King Crimson, the Crimson King, the Schizoid Man cover, you know, Lark Songs in Aspic, Part 2, whatever that is, that horror, that amazing cacophony of the end of the world is here. It's here on Project 3 and 4. You need all the Project 3 and 4 CDs. You need them all. Probably Project 4, probably, but I'll talk about that. So yeah, like I said, took a leap because they got in Pat Masque, the unsung hero of King Crimson in so many ways. He's a fantastic drummer. Electronic traps and buttons is what he plays. He's also the person who assembled this album, and I really like this one. I think this is a really special one. In fact, I did say, I said Project 3 and 4. I don't think Project 3 live album, which we're doing next week, is quite as definitive. This is the one you need, this one. I think you can only get it in the Projects box, unfortunately. But yeah, Masque is a lost gem, actually, because it's in the middle of the Projects, and they don't talk about it anymore. So yeah, a whole new landscape of Crim. It's sublime. And it does make Project 2 sound like kids' TV music. You know, 9 hours of live stuff they had, and he assembled it into 52 minutes and 7 seconds, 13 tracks. You know, all King Crimson fans need this one, and I imagine many don't have it. This should have been the mainstream release album rather than Space Groove. This one. All of the tracks are Masque, because it's Masque 1 to 13. It does, the liner notes do say, as with repercussions of angelic behaviour, put it in your CD player and put it on random. But I think it fits together nicely as it is, and it's all bits of stuff we already know, obviously. So I like this little icon. It's like, that's the Project 3 icon, a lift going up and down. Another PJ cover. So track 1 is Masque 1, and it's the jump from horror to beauty, and both at the same time. You know, classic King Crimson, and you know the dance beat. It sounds like more like dance music now in a way that the V drums before didn't. Noisy and awesome, fantastic. Track 2 is Masque 2, sort of plodding nightmarescape. A little Tom Waits maybe. I hear that there's a seediness in the Project 3 stuff that isn't necessarily in Project 4 maybe. That makes me think of Tom Waits. A little bit Man with an Open Heart maybe, sort of. And some great second part of Deception of the Thrush stuff. Bit of a sudden end into track 3. Subtle dancey stuff. So it's dancey stuff, but it's more subtle than that. It's scary, but then it opens out. You know, they start playing, wow. And that didn't really happen with Project 2, I don't think. Brief little bit of piano synth into Fripp solo, and then track 4 is Masque 4. Really weird 5-beat rhythm, all very Fripp, you know. I think there was a suggestion Fripp thinks in 5/4, whereas most musicians naturally think in 4/4. Track 5 is Masque 5, which is a sieg, and into something far more scary and sort of screaming stuff, you know. Track 6 is another sieg, Masque 6, which is even more far out, because even further, it's like the soundscapes underneath hold it together. Well, they Masalato and Gunn just go crazy. There's actual white noise stuff on there. And then we get the sample of Fripp shouting Project 3, which apparently comes from when the rehearsals of Project 4, which became first, Tony Levin was delayed, so that was the birth of Project 3 right there. Track 7 is Masque 7. Lots of staccato stuff from Tregun. Masque 8, some slow plodding, possibly a bit dull in the first half, but then it all goes sort of jazzy synthy. It has an actual ending and then there's actual silence, so that's kind of the end of that bit of tracks. Track 9 is Masque 9. Cool sound effects, like a really heavy Into the Frying Pan, completely mental. Masque 10 is some soloing. Masque 11, this is Deception of the Thrush-ish. Deception of the Thrush-ish. You know, they've taken a massive development from Project 2, but this actually goes in a different direction with some sort of dissonant, quite clean Fripp playing, whereas, you know, Deception of the Thrush is really sorted. And then Masque 12 isn't the other end of Deception of the Thrush, it's actually the Larks 4 stuff, soloing stuff, completely mad, very thrack, completely out there. And track 13, Masque 13, sustains. And, you know, it seems more free, there's a freedom to it, perhaps because they've got a different drummer. They can just let go and they can just do it. It ends up not much like that at all, and actually, in the end, second half of Deception of the Thrush to end it off, so that's a great album, that one. If you like improvised music in the studio, sound effectsy stuff, that is a great one and a lost gem. See you next week.